Kerala is nil, but there are vacancies in Tamil Nadu and neighbor states. Those people who belong to the state can apply, even otherwise, even people from other states, of course Keralite can apply for vacancies in Tamil Nadu too, but the decision can be yours. Anyway, I remind you that today is the last date for submitting application for RRB examination. So, good afternoon all. Yes, a lot of people have popped up. So, I need more people, that will be the greater enthusiasm for me. So, the news analysis can be started straight away. This is November 7 newspaper. The first is about the major news has been about very naturally American elections, and India won't accept shifting of LAC. This particular declaration was made by the Combined Defence Staff, Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat. So, we shall start one by one. India won't accept shifting of LAC. We know that there are issues on the eastern border of India, northeastern border of India with China. There has been pressure ever since 1965. We lost our soldiers there. So, China has been accused for getting into Indian territory, and Indian Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat has clearly said that we cannot accept shifting of line of actual control. See, the border between India and China is under dispute, and it is not finally settled. Even after the 1962 war, it was not settled. So, that is a major issue, and we have to ensure that it is settled for ever, otherwise issues may pop up. We know that China did not accept many places in Ladakh as Indian territory. China did not accept Sikkim. China believes that, considers that Arunachal Pradesh is a part of southern Tibet, which is a part of China. So, there are border issues between India and China on Ladakh, on Sikkim, and on Arunachal Pradesh. But Sikkim finally a few years back China accepted as a sovereign part of India. So, the issue with Sikkim is over, but Arunachal Pradesh still they claim as part of Tibet, a part of China. So, Ladakh and Tibet are areas which are to be settled between the countries. So, India has taken a very strong stand that we cannot leave even an inch of our border of our land to any foreign country. So, finance panel wants rising of GST dues for states. GST we have been discussing for the past quite some time. We know that the revenues the state gets are divided between the center and the states. India, we have a federal system. Federal system means coexistence of the central government and the state government. So, we require resources, both the governments require resources to meet their requirements. So, the major share of taxes go to the central government, but state governments are the front runner in providing welfare to the people. So, the center and the states are dividing their share. The constitutional founding fathers, as per article 280 of the Indian Constitution, has incorporated finance commission, which is appointed every 5 years to decide what portion of the central revenue should be shared with the states. The present finance commission is chaired by Mr. N.K. Singh. See, listen, by June 2020, 2.35 lakh crore is a shortfall of the state governments in revenue collections, GST collections. So, 2.35 lakh crore, and the government, the encasing panel, the encasing panel has said that if GST collections do not improve in the predicted way for the next 20 months, this particular gap can be widened from 5 lakh to 7 lakh crore. So, GST collections have to go, otherwise the gap will get widened from 5 lakh to 7 lakh crore by June 2022. So, that is the, so 2.35 lakh will immediately become 5 lakh to 7 lakh crore if GST collections do not improve and sustain for the next 20 months. So, today November 9, the finance panel, the finance commission will submit its report formally to the President of India. So, the final things will come out only in the days to come, but these are the expectations given by the newspapers. Okay. So, we know that GST collections were badly affected because of the COVID pandemic. Anyway, September and October of 2020 have shown some signs of improvement. It was remarkable in October, nearly 10.5% improvement in GST collections. So, we have to wait and see whether the buoyancy will be sustained. So, we have to wait, please. Okay. So, the next question, Supreme Court has given relief to Arnab in privilege case. We know that Arnab Goswami, the editor of Republican TV, is under arrest. So, he was given a notice, privilege notice by the Maharashtra Assembly, against which he has moved the Supreme Court. So, the Supreme Court has taken a suo motu case. Suo motu means all by itself, on its own. Suo motu case was charged, taken up by the Supreme Court, and asked why should not an action be taken against the Secretary of Maharashtra Assembly. So, Maharashtra Assembly said that Arnab does not have the authority to move the Supreme Court. So, that is what Supreme Court has questioned. Court ordered that Goswami will not be arrested in privilege case. So, a breach of privilege case was initiated against Arnab Goswami by the Maharashtra Assembly. It is on this that the Supreme Court has taken a suo motu case. So, learn the word suo motu. Suo motu means all by itself, all by itself, okay. On its own. Now, Aluminium Guidelines, this is the major editorial of the Hindu dated November 7. There are many articles of the Indian Constitution themselves give special rights to women. Look, article 15(3) that states, nothing in this article shall prevent the state from making any special provision for women and children. Read this along with article 39, which directs state policy towards equal pay and opportunities. In this particular case, the instant case, which was between a dispute between a Mumbai couple, and set down comprehensive guidelines on alimony. The court ruled that an abandoned wife and children will be entitled to maintenance from the day they lodge a complaint with the court. So, this is the final settlement on the matter. Please read and try to understand. The center page article, Joseph Biden, India and comfort in the old normal. We know that during the past few years, or during the years of Donald Trump, Indian foreign policy seemed to have become person centric than policy centric. But this was refuted by the government, saying that Indian Prime Minister had excellent relation, even personal relations with even the Democrat President Barack Obama. So, the policy, the diplomatic policy of any country has to be policy centric and not person centric. Hopefully, we will have excellent relation with the new government in United States too. We know these are major democracies in the world. India is the biggest democracy and America is the most powerful democracy in the world. So, these democracies can converse more easily and settle major issues. So, hopefully, the article says that India will continue to have excellent relation with United States of America, and this is more important especially since we face some threats from our neighboring countries. NRC, National Register for Citizens. NRC is not something new. We know that every 10 years we will make National Population Register or NPR. From the facts taken up for NPR, the country used to make National Citizenship Registry. It all started in 1951 when in the state of Assam we made an NRC. You know that Assam has for ages faced the issue of illegal migrants mainly from Bangladesh. So, the Citizenship Registry made a lot of hue and cry and noise in 2019 when out of the 33 million people of Assam, nearly 1.9 million people were out of NRC, National Citizenship Registry. So, that was stopped by the Supreme Court. Now, this Assam will go for fresh exercise to update National Register of Citizens and NRC after 2021 assembly elections, if Supreme Court gives the nod, says Assam Finance Minister. So, I was giving you a background for National Register of Citizenship. So, this is a very controversial issue and many opposition parties have taken the cudgels against the state. So, we have to wait and see what is going to happen. So, National Citizenship Registry is not anything new, but if big number of people have to prove their citizenship and loyalty to the state, then it may not become acceptable. So, we have to wait and see how things evolve. So, this is a very important question. It can even come for your examination. 4,400 crore was allotted by the Government of India on February 1 during its budget for making air clean for different cities. And as per the direction of the finance panel, exactly half of it, 2,200 crore, has been released to 42 cities to take steps to monitor and mitigate air pollution. So, very, very important question from your examination point of view. Please read this news item many a time and try to understand. National Clean Air Program NCAP deliberated on steps to be taken on disbursal of funds. Allocation for this purpose is 4,400 crore for 2020-21. These figures are very important. For the examinations, these figures are asked. So, you should know what is NCAP, National Clean Air Program. Okay. So, I am proceeding. NBFCs with high systemic risks need more regulation, says RBI Deputy Governor Mr. M. Rajeshwar Rao. What is this NBFC? Non-banking financial companies. Non-banking financial companies are financial companies which do not have a full-fledged banking license. Sundaram Finance is an NBFC. Our Kerala State Financial Enterprises, KSFE, is again an example for an NBFC. They do not have full-fledged banking license. NBFCs got exposed in the year 2018 and 2019 when IL&FS, Infrastructure Leasing and Financial Corporation, Financial Services, IL&FS, one of the major NBFCs in India, faced liquidity crunch. And we know that NBFCs are not even now are out of the crisis. They still have got a liquidity crisis, and Reserve Bank of India and public sector banks have changed their policies to ensure that liquidity does not become a problem for them, but still the problem continues. So, considering the systemic risk involved in the business, RBI considers that there must be more regulation, stricter regulation as regards non-banking financial companies. And he even during his speech recommended that some of the NBFCs which are too big must be even converted into full-fledged commercial banks. Anyway, these are the thought process within the Reserve Bank of India. We have to closely watch what are going to happen. Very important, this is the bet of the day. WhatsApp introduces payment system in India. WhatsApp has been trying for its own payment system. We know that there is Google Pay, there is Phone Pay, plenty of Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm, Amazon Pay, etc. So, WhatsApp has also been trying to get permission from the National Payment Corporation. National Payment Corporation is an initiative of the Reserve Bank of India and the Indian Bank Association. Listen, National Payment Corporation is an initiative of the Reserve Bank of India and the Indian Bank Association, and it makes a platform for reconciliation of payment. So, from NPCI, WhatsApp got permission to start payment settlement opportunities. So, hopefully WhatsApp will come out with its own WhatsApp Pay very soon. So, we have to wait and see. So, anyway, country is fast getting digitized, and the benefits may hopefully trickle down to all and sundry. Smartphone market grew 17% in Q3. Listen, we know that COVID has distracted the economy. Economy has been almost paralyzed all through these months, but there were a few industries which were showing the signs of improvement, and it has come as a blessing in disguise for them. So, 54.3 million units. Indian smartphone market saw a record shipment of 53.3 million units in July-September 2020. So, this is one of the markets. Mobile phone market, handset market is one of the markets that was that are helped by COVID. COVID has hastened their opportunities because most of the classes are done through mobile phones, and that is the case with you all too, I know. So, mobile units are sold, are hotcakes during these times. So, 54.3 million units were sold in just a quarter between July and September 2020. So, that is an important 17% growth during the quarter. So, this can even come as a question for your examination. Very important question, State Bank of India links YONO Krishi, IFFCO e-Bazaar apps. So, look, State Bank of India has integrated YONO Krishi app with IFFCO e-Bazaar app under its Mandi section to digitally empower farmers. Very, very, very important. With this, farmer customers can avail free home delivery of all farm related products in over 27,000 pin codes from IFFCO e-Bazaar portal. So, farmers can buy anything or everything using SBI YONO portal. They can make payment through SBI YONO and IFFCO e-Bazaar apps. So, rural India is also getting transformed. Things are becoming easier for them. So, this is the contribution from the State Bank of India. Please take note of it, very, very important. Okay, now I move on to November 8, 2020. and the major news can only be the presidential election results of United States of America. Ever since 1992, for the first time an incumbent president lost his second term. We know that American presidency can be held only for 2 years, 2 times, 4-year terms of 2 times of 4-year terms, and Donald Trump has to leave the place on January 20, when Joseph Biden, the Democrat president-elect, takes over the presidency of United States of America. And we too have something to cheer about, because for the first time a woman has got into the presidential office as the vice president of the country, and she has got an Indian root. Her mother migrated to United States at the age of 19. So, Senator, presently she is a senator, and Senator Kamala Harris Kamala Harris has become the vice president of United States of America. Joseph Biden is the oldest president of United States, and he has got maximum popular vote in the history of American elections. Mind you, unlike in India, popular sentiments towards elections in United States are very low. People do not go for voting, but for this time things were different, despite all the odds and threats posed by COVID-19. People have voted in big numbers in all the states, and Joe Biden has got maximum popular votes in the history of American elections. So, it is not by a thin margin that he has won by a big margin. Of course, the full results are yet to come by, but anyway, he has got the magic figure, crossed the magic figure of 270, that would determine who is going to be the president of United States of America. So, American presidents have always been big intellectuals, and Donald Trump was a clear-cut odd man in this regard. He was a television presenter and a real estate businessman, and he was an unpredictable president. And mind you, it is criticized widely that he has divided the nation into two. So, Joe Biden has got many tasks to do to unite United States of America again from the divide that has already been created, and he has got many things to he has to make sure that many things, international relations that US has with many other countries, Iran, North Korea, China, that are already derailed. He has got the job well cut out to make sure that international policy of United States become more predictable. Very important question from the point of view of your examination. India successfully launched Earth observation satellite EOS-01. Very, very important question. Pick of the day. So, India successfully launched its latest Earth observation satellite EOS-01, and 9 international customer spacecraft on board a polar rocket from the spaceport here in Sriharikota. Listen, ISRO is a financially self-sustaining organization now. When ISRO can launch spacecraft at maybe 1/10 of the cost at which these satellites can be on board through launchers from other big countries like France or USA. So, many international universities and commercial establishments approach IOC to send their satellites into orbit. So, ISRO is making a lot of money through that. Anyway, it is a proud moment for the country. This is ISRO's first mission in 2020 after COVID-19 pandemic that induced lockdown, disturbed 10 missions planned by the agency. So, lockdown has affected even ISRO. ISRO is of course a real the real pride of our country. Very important question. Yashwardhan Kumar Sinha is sworn in as the Chief Information Commissioner of the country. The Right to Information Act, was passed in 2005 to empower the citizens to seek any information from any public authority. Any public authority. What is meant by public? Public means the government. If you want to seek any information from the government, you can, any public authority, you can seek, you can give a letter in the format, and you must be given information within 30 days. This is what Right to Information Act says. And every public office must have an information officer, and it must have an appealing authority, and there are state information commissioners and the national information commissioner, and the latest national information commissioner is Mr. Yashwardhan Sinha, who has sworn in as the Chief Information Commissioner by President Ramnath Kovind. So, very important question. Sinha later administered oath to 3 new information commissioners: former Labour Secretary Hira Lal, Deputy Controller Auditor General Saroj Punani, and journalist Uday Mahurkar. So, it has the Chief Election Commissioner's office has got a Chief Election Commissioner and 3 information commissioners. Please take note of all the 4 names, very important. They may come for your multiple choice questions. Economy is expected to bounce back next fiscal. SBI chairman, hopefully it may. SBI chairman has said that industry has all of a sudden become more cautious spender. They have learned many lessons from COVID. So, they may become more prudent borrowers. That is what he has predicted. Corporate sector become more or very careful about borrowings and use of their internal resources initially. That is what he has predicted. A very good write-up. Please read. These are the ways in which we slowly build ideas on finance and economics. So, they are big people who know and who are close to issues. So, please read with a kind of avarice the news items regarding what they speak. Goldman Sachs, major investor, it is an investor bank. Goldman Sachs invests 150 million in Biocon arm. Okay. So, Biocon Biologics have approved a capital infusion of 1,125 crore, about 150 million US dollars from Goldman Sachs. A very important question. So, Biocon is a major initiative in India. So, they have attracted 150 million or 1,125 crore from Goldman Sachs. Thank you very much for watching the video. So, I am very sure that you would have spent good enough time in reading the newspapers. I shall come again tomorrow at 12 o'clock when we meet. Make sure that you read today's newspapers very well, and then only you can have the best utility. So, read the newspapers well, write down your daily notes, then only you can have the best benefit of it. I take a lot of labor in delivering, in making it more useful to you. So, I expect you to have the best utility of it, but that is possible only if I get good cooperation from you. And how can you give me the cooperation? By reading the newspapers well. Spend 2 good quality hours in reading the Hindu. Do not think that it is going to be a waste of time, rather it is going to help you in a very, very big way. It is going to make a kind of a metamorphosis in you. It will transform you like anything, and you will become a global citizen if you read the papers well. Mind you, newspaper is an information bank. It is the entire globe that is coming at your doorstep. So accept the newspapers as a thing that would transform you and ensure that you get the best utility of it. Today at 3 o'clock I shall be coming again with a question paper on mathematics, quantitative aptitude, and today I shall be discussing the concept of time and work. I shall be discussing questions at the preliminary level, and I am sure that it is going to help you, and in the days to come too we will have more sessions on quantitative aptitude, reasoning, English, and of course we shall continue with our mission on newspaper analysis. So once again wishing you a very good day. Thank you very much. ഉണ്ടാവണ്ടേ ഇവിടെ കാര്യമില്ലല്ലോ, കണ്ണ് നിങ്ങളെപ്പോഴും സ്ലോ ആയിരിക്കത്തില്ലേ.